I'm going to engage you with this online conversation.
Okay.
The only thing I have really going is in Maryland with the historic East House and Woodlawn.
No, that's the only thing you will talk about.
Well, I don't want to talk about that on this forum, but I want to talk to you. I'm going to engage.
Well, I know you got some other stuff going.
This free dating versus this paid dating. Yeah. So, other than that, the other thing I got going is grandparenting. That's a whole nother story, but we'll get into.
Man, and I have to admit, see, one of the things that he hasn't told everybody is that now I have a grandson. see, because Omari brought Christopher over.
And he's wearing us both out.
And telling you, it's just what we needed, that youthful energy of a 9-year-old.
Vic came and told me, he said, man, Christopher jumped over the fence. I said, I thought I heard something, but he did it so quick. And I'm like, damn it. So Vic saw him. He's just a boy. That's So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's so funny because you can show your time, your age. Used to be a time where you could jump all through everybody's backyard,
Right.
and you just worried about the dog.
Right.
If you see a dog, you're happy. In this day and age,
Yes.
meeting the dog, it's a whole different
flashbacks of jumping fences only to find a dog. Thank you for bringing back that. If you ever wondered how fast you could jump back over the fence,
Right.
jump over the fence and then you jump back,
Yes.
and your neighbors would be laughing.
There you go.
All right. So Alexa, sing "Good Morning." Alexa,
I think
sing "Good Morning."
they got relationship issues with.
Maybe you should start off with
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
That's right, and everything's going on. We got to give you the update here in California and Los Angeles. We're having wonderful weather, but we understand that most of the nation is engaged in a heat wave. Let's tell you the weather. Alexa, what's the weather in View Park, California?
In View Park, California, it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today, you can look for intermittent clouds, with a high of 75 degrees and a low of 62 degrees.
Okay, but look how we are dressed.
June gloom.
So it's actually kind of nice, all right?
Yeah, but June gloom is cool.
It is
We'll
June.
get our heat. It's coming.
It's coming. The heat is coming. All right, Alexa, rap. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. See, here's what happens.
She's a little slow.
First, the computer starts.
She's just a little slow.
Everything
It's Monday.
today. Alexa, rap.
There's a noxious odor and it smells pretty rotten, and I've got a strong suspicion it's coming from your bottom, like you've let one rip, like you've gone and cut the cheese, like a one-person wind farm making your own breeze. Was it SBD, silent but deadly, or was it just one part of a bottom birth medley? Are you baking air biscuits or toasting cheese crumpets? Did you give a bow howl or sound the bum trumpet? Don't be ashamed, make a full confession, stand up and take pride in your colon decompression. Whether passing gas, breaking wind, or fumigating, do everyone a favor, get the air circulating.
Wow.
You know why you got that? Wow. You know why you got that? You asked Alexa with so much attitude. That's what you got.
It's always a surprise here in the world of the artificially intelligent. What can I say? All right, it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, gird your loins and an iron jock. You ladies too. Get ready. Some good news, some bad news, and some other shit. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good news, bad news, and other shit as we try to combine them all. The good news is that Mario Hemsley is doing some internet dating. The bad news is that, well, it's full of interesting experiences. And of course, the other shit is how we explain. So let me say this. It all started this past summer when, in a lapse of judgment, I decided to partake of the new entry into Facebook. Many of you have found it. Many of you don't know about it. But Facebook has its own dating. That's right, for free. For free, you can go to Facebook dating. Now, I believe the issue with Facebook dating is you can only get it on your phone. Let me show you. Because people say, where can I get Facebook dating? Well, you can get it on your phone. See, take a look at the menu. See right up there? See where it says dating? So when you press that dating button, now mine is turned off right now. Okay? But I want you to see. I want you to see how many women.
That looked like a player scroll.
I'm just saying.
It looked like a player
There's
scroll.
60-some women I've communicated with on Facebook dating. 60-some women.
Remember the days? I'm sorry, I got to interrupt him. Remember when
Okay.
you could pull out your wallet and go like, check this out? Didn't he just
Okay.
do that?
He's like,
Did he just do that?
Mario's like the Wilt Chamberlain of online dating.
No, I am not. Because the women say they do hundreds, okay? And I'm going to show you some of these pictures. Because, you know...
Oh, now you're about to put him out on blast, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Okay,
That was
let's
a little
see.
stinker.
They got all kinds. There's a lot of Asians. We'll talk about that. But they got some sisters and some Hispanics, too. It's a bunch of them. And here's Marion. Marion's the one. Let me see if I got a good picture of Marion. Marion's the one who was asking me, what does it take to get money sent to her? Some of them are not that bright.
Did you send her to YouTube?
Some of them are
Did
not.
you
Some,
send her to YouTube?
So so the whole dating experience has been a big thing for me because I was going to go try it. I decided, well, first of all, because of COVID, dating has changed. Because of COVID, and the numbers have changed. It is over 50%, supposedly, of relationships now are starting online. They're starting online. People are meeting online. I always said it was only a different introduction. After you meet, you then need to go out to have a coffee, a lunch, dinner, something, and which is the way I would handle it. But let me just tell you what's happening. First of all, it makes a huge difference in the free dating sites versus the paid. I'll say that again. It makes a huge difference in the free dating sites versus the paid. Facebook dating is free. Facebook dating is free. I found well over 90% of the profiles to be false. There's one or two I'm not sure of. Okay.
That's a lot.
Okay,
That's
there's
a lot.
one or two, maybe 3 or 4, but it ain't 8. It ain't 8. And it's, how many I tell you I chatted with over 60 women. Okay, and I'm telling you, 60 women, they're mostly fake. I even have some of them have the same message. I actually had 2 of them, one woman hit me up, same picture, everything, on 4 different profiles.
Wow.
I was talking to her, and she hit me up on 3 other profiles.
So I guess it really is. You pay for, you get what you pay for.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, because that's the thing that I'm back to now, because after doing Facebook dating, and what I showed you right there was Facebook dating, my impressions of Facebook dating is that it's pretty much all fake. It's really almost not worth it. It's not worth it, because if you get on Facebook dating, you're going to have to spend so much time on your toes to sort through all the fake profiles. Let me say, Mark, when they're fake, what do? The number one fake scam going on right now, the number one, and they're talking about it in all the different media, you can take a look, is online crypto-rom.
Crypto romance.
TD Ameritrade. Okay, using TD Ameritrade. Okay. I, in a rookie move, followed her link to TD Ameritrade, to what looked to be TD Ameritrade. It was a carbon copy of the TD Ameritrade site. I deposited $5,000. And then a week later, when I couldn't find the money on my TD Ameritrade app, I called TD Ameritrade. After 5 minutes, TD Ameritrade said, "Sir, we're sorry to tell you that is not us. Where you invested, that place started in November of 21. Okay. So I lost all of that. I had another person who invited me to invest with them, something they truly believed in. I put in some money, a few thousand. They put in a lot of money. It was a bad brokerage again. They lost all their money. I lost a little. They lost a lot. So, first of all, I now have a policy. This is what I say. I tell everybody, I don't even discuss finances till I have met you in person. Okay? So I don't even discuss it, what I invest in. Because you know what's amazing with online dating? People want to talk about their finances before they meet you, which is part of the whole new craze. People love to tell you, okay, first of all, I've had people tell me that cryptocurrency is their hobby. What the hell does that mean? Your hobby is money? Your hobby is making money. Either way, you sound like a little bit like a whore to me, but I don't know. Your hobby is money and your hobby is making money. That's your hobby? Okay, hobby should be like gardening, fishing. But your hobby is money. So the thing you got to be careful of, I tell everybody, is typical of the bait and switch. Now let me tell you the other thing. This is the part that's unique about this too. People are investing days, weeks, even months in these scams. These are the slow scammer. In other words, what I'm saying is these people are investing in relationships over months. They're taking that long to hook you. They're not hooking you sometimes in days, even though some do. Some come at you very quickly. Hey, I'm doing this. Other ones will actually work at being your friend for days, weeks, and months before the cryptocurrency investment scam sneaks in. This is how they're getting people. Because after 2 months of chatting with somebody, you feel differently. And that's when you tend to be willing to invest. So, the first thing is the bad news of the day. Facebook dating to me is so full of scammers, I cannot even recommend you do it. You will certainly meet fake people, well over to me 90%. Okay? Now.
But it would seem like the administrators of Facebook would be aware of what's going on with the app and shut it down unless they're making money off of it.
Well, I think it attracts people to use it. It's becoming more and more popular. I was finding myself spending a bunch of time on Facebook dating. One thing about Facebook dating, too, versus Match or eHarmony, the people look better. That's because they're fake. They're all fake. That's why they look better. They look better because it's all bullshit. So you can go and do it, and you will find a bunch of them that look good to you, and that's because they're all fake. Now, when you go over to Match, eHarmony, where people are paying a monthly fee to be on there. In fact, I was thinking to myself, I don't think I've ever had a fake person on Match. I was trying to think.
Skynet.
Huh?
Skynet.
Sky.
Have you,
Amari, have you had a fake
well,
person?
there's some profiles on there that certainly appear to be fake. That when you look at them, there's a red flag. Like,
or they're fake in a way that people put an old picture.
well, I mean, there are some young ladies that who are obviously not 60 years old. They look like they're in their 20s, but they're trying to connect with the older man, and they'll put some fake age on it, So,
and those are people who are not bright, because if they think putting an older age makes people want you more, they need to go back to
I don't think
special ed.
I think a lot of people, I don't know if we want to call them not bright, but there are a lot of people
I'll call them stupid.
that are abusing and misusing the dating app. I think that
I don't know.
I think you call them scammers, but they're
I don't know.
No, the ones at Facebook dating are obvious. Like I said, same dialogue. In fact, if they say, I can tell you now, if they say, "Hi, how are you? Is this really you? Your profile is good as you." That's a fake, because they use the same word. So I don't know. Again, Vic had some dissenting opinions.
Yes. See, back in the day, I don't think you heard me. Back in the day, we used to do a thing called MySpace. Yeah. And I would put my age. And I said, you know what? I want people to say, you look good for your age. So I put 85. It worked.
They thought that was 8.5 and you were talking about something else.
It worked. It worked. I mean, I had people going, why you putting your 85? I said, I am 85.
85.
That's right.
8.5.
All right. Now, watch this. Now I got a question for the room. I want to see who's fast to certainty. Because thinkers think. Should we shut down porn sites?
No. Why would you do that?
Yeah, why would we do that?
See? Do they make money? Do they scam? Yeah, they do.
I don't know. The porn I watch is either good, you like it or you're not. It's like I
I've
don't
ever
know.
been scammed.
Yeah, I don't know how it's hard
I'm
to
pretty
scam
much,
on a
Oh,
porn.
you guys should know, huh?
I'm willing.
Yeah, I'm watching porn,
I'm engaged.
and you can get amateur. Like I said,
Yeah.
and for those of you who do use Pornhub, lesbian anal bondage. I'm telling you.
Oh, God.
You got
no.
a new appreciation for
Oh, God,
lesbians.
see, no, I want you guys to
I'm
notice.
telling you, get the.
My question
Best
brought
search happening.
smiles on their faces. My whole goal was to transition this pit going down.
Of
Where you guys were
dating
going,
app.
I was going, dude, I'm looking at the clock.
Well, I'm
going,
gonna tell you where you. I think if you go to Match, you'll do good. That was my point. You just have to pay. If you eHarmony works, Match works. I'm back on eHarmony and Match. They're real people. They're not as fine as the ones on Facebook dating, but they look good and they're real.
I think Mario should query that on Facebook.
What do you mean query?
Because I know people who've been on Match and they're like,
Some people got confused when you said that query. They started dressing differently.
But
saying.
we were having a discussion a few days ago, and you were talking about how sex sells Facebook, and I see a lot of young ladies on Facebook working out, showing that getting in shape, and they're all saying they're singles. Yet they have 200 and 300 people liking them, loving them, when they're
That's
flexing
all?
their body.
you need to go to Instagram.
So what you,
Maybe they have more there,
so
but
what
I'm
are you
just saying.
What are you saying?
Facebook in general is a dating app. If you,
Well, yeah, anywhere people are.
Yeah.
In a sense, I
Yeah.
mean, Instagram. Okay, let me
See,
tell
I've got Match, and I'm not happy with it.
you. Why? Why aren't you happy with it?
That's what I was
Because the
saying.
women, right?
What I'm looking for is not there.
You're not finding stuff you like, right?
Nothing I like.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So, and I keep
Match-
hearing in the back of my head, Alexa is saying, "Go to Whole Foods."
Okay, here's the thing I am noticing.
Right.
And you most likely are guilty of this too. Facebook Messenger, I happen to go look, and I've been getting messages from females all along. I don't
But
know.
a lot of those are fake.
But at least they on Facebook. I mean, Facebook dating, you don't even get a Facebook profile. They have their own separate profile in there. They have to decide whether to give you the link to their normal Facebook profile. So they don't automatically get that.
And I've noticed something in the last couple of days that if you like certain pages or certain things on Facebook, people will send you a message saying you won this or I want to be your friend. No, you don't want to be my friend because I wasn't looking for you. You just picked me out of all the 798 people that liked that post. You sent some shit to me.
He sounds a little jaded. We're sorry.
I like a happy experience.
He hasn't had a good. He likes a happy ending to his massage.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh.
It kind of reminds me of TV. They force the commercials on you, right?
Exactly.
But you only have to turn off the TV.
Exactly.
There you
So,
go.
but look, Vince.
But if you pay for your premium channels,
but if
you don't get the commercials.
But
so
the-
if you're on a dating app and you pay for a premium service,
you get the
Yeah.
women that's there,
And-
and the thing about it, like someone has told me over and over again, as you get older, you can have as much sex as you want.
This is wrong.
As long as you can stand the sight of someone your own age naked.
Right.
And so the problem with some of us, some of you out there, 55, 60, staying in shape, looking good, when you go online and go to the dating service, you're going to get depressed. You can get,
you know what
it's
else
gonna
I
be,
noticed? And
it's
I
gonna
don't
make
know
you a little sad,
What else I noticed on Match is that the women will start off with not quite a glamour photo, but a very good-looking photo. And the more you get, the more photos they have, it's like the worse that shit gets.
Yeah.
It's like, well, damn it, you could have saved
Yeah, don't put
everybody
it. Yeah.
some time if you started back to, how do you look right now?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why you got a video chat too, right, Vic?
Well, yeah. Not only that. Let me
You
tell
got
you
a
something.
video chat.
There's a way you should do this. Here. Start off with. You see, I
See,
start
my
off.
partners are pros. I'm loving this.
Which is what? Start off with the 85, and every week post a picture that makes you look 5 years younger. They'll start saying, "I don't know what he's doing. He looking younger and younger. Oh my God!" See,
Start off
when you
with
when you
85.
start off giving them the 30-year-old picture because you want them to think you look that way, and then all of a sudden you escalate your age by 25 years. People are now going to therapy because they think their eyes are playing tricks on them. So I'm just trying to help you, my brother.
I give them a real picture. I send them in fact, even when we go to WhatsApp, I send them a video saying their name. Saying, "Hi there, Olivia. It's nice to meet you. I'm Mario."
So here's the other thing. I don't think most women on a dating app are as honest and as straightforward as Mario when he does that.
Oh, none
'Cause
of
they're-
them.
Yeah, because they're.
Yeah, it all depends.
They
on-
all-
I'm not getting that either. I try that
They
too,
sneaky
Mario.
as hell.
I do that too. I send
Yes.
them a video, selfie kind of thing,
Right.
and I'm saying
They don't.
hey,
How many
this is
respond?
Amari and Bob, trying to drop it on them.
You get what you pay
How
for.
many respond with a video
My
back?
fans, I ain't getting shit though.
Well, see,
I think
let-
I've had
let-
like 3 respond with a video.
Yeah, you're not gonna get
out
the
of
video
60.
because of the game.
Even when I sent all of them a video. "Hi, Monique. It's nice to meet you. It's Mario."
Now I do know a clientele. This has existed for decades because co-workers would tell me there were certain co-workers who were on a different pay level than I was. They said, "We go to the exclusive sites. When you go in there, your profile is that you have that mentality. You're gonna deal with that person who got money, and you know how to deal with people with money. They don't deal with social media, so it all depends on what you want. You want freedom and honesty and all that other stuff." And I'm going,
Well,
wait a
That's
minute,
not
wait,
what I'm
wait,
paying for.
Wait, I'm
That's
just
not
saying.
what I'm paying for.
I'm just saying, you get what you pay for. Free? Who? When is anything
Okay,
free?
let's just cut the chase.
Yeah.
So obviously we're at the wrong spot with Match and E Harmony. Where are these exclusive?
What do you mean the wrong spot? It's the right spot. It's where the
Vic
real.
is saying there are some exclusive
Yes, they
shit that ain't got.
Okay,
the
no
average-
matter how exclusive it is, it's going to have women and
Yeah.
men, right?
Yeah.
So if it has women and men, what issues will it have? Period. See, I don't know. Since I'm 65 years old, I can't believe there's a Shangri-La of women because every time there is a bunch of women, it has inherently the problems that come with
A bunch of
women. So it's always a reality check, no matter what. So it can't be no better, really, than what we already had. It can only be as good as what we've already had.
I thought after we had this discussion, this whole thing.
We've
was
had good stuff. That's not to make it
Wait a minute.
It
bad.
was gonna be
Watch,
some-
watch this. Watch this. Let me tell you why I sit there and say this. If you were sitting down talking to your 20-year-old son and 25-year-old son, and you're giving them the experience of what you're going through, will your son be depressed?
Hell,
He would.
Hell yeah. You know what
Why
I
would
just
he be
found out?
depressed?
He'd be depressed hearing you got.
R&B was R&B. That ain't true. The R&B I like ain't the R&B they listening to now. And I was asking my daughter, I was like, well, what's the difference? And she said, well, Dad, all they're talking about is fucking and sex right now.
Did you say the F word?
Yeah.
You getting bold,
Well,
aren't you?
what did we talk about? I thought we just talked
But
about
we were
that's all-
talking about it,
Oh, we just talked
much
about it
subtly.
different. We talked
Yeah,
about
you know,
it was subtle.
Yeah.
Like the movies back in the day when they be kissing, and then it cuts to the scene when she's cooking breakfast.
Yeah.
And you just go, damn, they was kissing and now she's cooking breakfast. I wonder what happened. Okay, we want to go back to that. Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying, what are we talking about?
So no.
Back
The
when
young
we lied
people-
about
the
giving
young people
head.
today do not think like we think. They will
Well, thank
say
God.
Yeah.
We don't think like our parents did,
Hell
and that's
no.
why the VDs changed too. Sexual mores.
Somewhere along the
I
way.
disagree with that. I don't think my son would be. Listen, I would be telling him, you are lucky. First of all, sex is more plentiful, more open, more free than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Right.
Your
That's
ability to protect yourself and prevent pregnancy is better than it's ever been.
Yeah, but see, you guys are not. See,
So I would tell
Right.
them that.
No,
And
no.
also,
Here's the
women
thing.
don't even think blowjobs are
Wait-
sex.
wait a
So
minute.
just you gonna have
Wait
a
a
wonderful
minute.
time.
Mario's right.
He's making a
But
great
that's
point.
not what I was saying.
Oh, what
I
you
said
saying?
if they were listening to this,
Just listen to this, not mine.
I'm just-
My child would understand. See, my son would understand. Go, Dad. Go, Dad. Set him straight.
see, now you get it, don't you?
No.
My kid now.
So
Some,
they
your
would've been
your
just
son
like
might
we
be
were.
depressed.
Because our parents gave us these lectures, these messages.
For everything.
these warnings,
And wait a minute.
We went
Let me
out
just say this.
and explored
Watch
them.
this. Mario has the most beautiful stories. They don't even involve women. Just about what his parent was telling him based on
right.
choices he wanted.
Right.
And Mario didn't go, yay. He would go like, let me tell you how my father talked to me. See, at the end of the day, I know parenting is a different perspective when we grow.
Well,
But what I'm saying is this show, what I'm doing is going, this show is sending off a wonderful message. Which
Well-
age group are you talking to?
well, there you go. You could, but I think some of this is universal. The issues of sexuality have a lot to do with intimacy and communication. That hasn't changed, and the young people are not doing that any better. They all screw that up. Intimacy, openness. Are you kidding?
Yeah,
What
right.
young person can even say that in sex in the same sentence? So they ain't trying that. So the part we should be teaching them instead of leaving them out there. Remember, I am a pediatrician.
Yep.
See, so we leave them out there to fend on their own. They're getting their advice from another 15-year-old.
Someone that does, someone
Yeah.
else that does those shit.
They're getting their advice from the local hoe, who's the fastest one in the group.
Wait a minute.
So that's where they're getting their advice from
You know what?
because their parents won't even talk to them. Okay, so this is where you got to not make the mistake. You got to embarrass your children by bringing it up. Like my dad just said, I know you jacking off. I know you jacking off. Don't even try to explain. I know you are. And that was me and three of my buddies sitting there. Said, all of y'all got that jacking
All
off. Look.
three of y'all.
He said, oh yeah, looking at you, I could just tell. So we need to have some talks about sex and responsibility. Everybody was groaning.
Here comes Dr. Hensley.
You know what they're doing? Going,
You got to.
how did he know?
If your parents didn't embarrass you with sex talk, you haven't lived. See, your parents should have embarrassed you. It should have went like this. We need to talk about something. Oh, no. Well, like what? We need to talk. This could be male or female. I'm sure you're trying to get sexually active. Petting, kissing, first base, second base, third base. I don't know what you're experiencing. I know you thinking about it. Male or female. You ready to experiment? You're 13, 14. You can't wait to do something. Feel something, touch something, whatever. And you're going to need to know what to do. So you need to be able to talk to your parents. This is a normal state. One day you wake up and you looking at your geometry teacher and they look finer than a mother. And you ain't never looked at them before, but all of a sudden there's something happening today. I'm just saying that you lose your mind. And for the men, you don't get your mind back till you about 50-something. So you lose your mind for years. You don't even
You
know.
gotta be out there.
Yeah, you just even know you lost your mind. But you have lost your mind for about 11
Whoever
to
invented
50.
this stuff.
Yeah. Now, women is a little differently, but it too happens. And the preoccupying thought, think about it. The number one thought in a young person's mind is how to meet another person and interact with them, which means sex. If they ain't thinking about doing it, they worried about not doing it or worried about, but it's the number one thought in their mind.
Oh, just wondering.
Yeah, when they come home from work, when they get off of their out of class,
Yeah.
they're wondering if you would think back, you were the same way. All you can think about all day long is the other
And
sex,
now-
or
and
some of you the
now-
same sex.
Now they've got all this technology. They've got their tablets, their phones that they can.
All those new
Oh,
lubricants.
we didn't have all
We
that
had
stuff.
Vaseline
Right.
and Crisco.
You know what?
Y'all got all the new lubricants.
Jergens
Wait,
We had
wait,
Jergens.
wait.
We had
Jergens
Jergens
lotion
lotion.
was on sale.
That's right,
3
Jergens.
bottles for
Your mother would
$2.99.
say, "Where's all my lotion going?" I say, "Mama, I don't like to be ashy."
Right.
Mama, I don't.
Ooh,
Yeah,
boy.
your ankles are ashy right now, boy.
Okay, is this a better day?
Well, it depends what's better.
Is it better than it was in the 90s?
You got to define better. I don't know if sex earlier is better. I've never met anybody who says they wish they had started having sex earlier. Not even a men. I haven't met anybody who says, "Gee, I wish I had started having sex a few years earlier." I haven't ever met that person.
I don't know if it's better because even like we just threw the technology into this conversation. I know a guy today.
Just one?
Who won't, just this one guy who won't even get a cell phone because he's been caught so many times by his wife, and he just
It's not about the cell phone.
I keep
Yeah, he just can't cheat.
It's
Bad
not about the
cheater.
cell phone.
like he just goes,
Mr.
but
Johnson,
he
your
won't
wife
get a
is
cell
cheating on
phone to
us.
this day.
Listen, I sit there and say this. I know it's all relative because it's always at the time that you're in, you're not evaluating your habits. You're not psycho doing this room. When you have a conversation with your boys, you have like 2 topics. You're not entertaining this conversation. So it's very hard to give a true perspective. When you're looking back, it's different. But when you're in it, oh, I know how we were. If somebody was talking, well, yeah, we got things to do, places to go, people to see.
Yeah,
It's always different, man.
And so,
we're here in the moment.
Yeah.
and so online dating is a reflection of that. Just more intense. You know how many people are full of shit at the club. You know how many, Come on. I used to walk into the club, as we went in the club, I would turn to my friends. This is back when I was a resident in county. I say, "Gentlemen, 50-some% of the women in here have a sexually transmittable disease.
Damn it.
Have a good time. Even if they don't give you chlamydia, herpes, or gonorrhea, they will give you an infection and a few other little
I'm gonna ask
scratchy,
you
some
just,
crabs.
I'm gonna ask Mario one thing.
So just remember that when you go out,
Wait a
when you
minute.
dance.
No. Celebrate one thing that you enjoyed back then. See, you can do this and say, I warned you, but give me the one thing that you love the most.
Well, wait a minute.
Okay,
Where-
I
where you
already
at,
stated
Freddie?
that.
Where were you at, Freddie? Pied Piper, giving this warning out. What club were you
Every
in?
club we went into,
Oh, shit.
I had just had the class on sexually transmittable disease and the
see.
prevalence.
See.
So that I had just left the class. We just said, the class they telling you what's out there.
See,
I remember when they told us that people were spreading herpes whether they were broken out or not. You could have heard a rat piss on cotton.
And you know what? One thing Mario is pointing out, really, the advent of that was not as prevalent when, and I don't want to take this conversation to a different direction, but when AIDS was introduced, it really took that
That's the
subject
first
about
VD they
it,
could-
it
no.
went, it made everybody go like this.
Listen.
I don't want anything, but I'll default to herpes because of what AIDS did
Okay.
and the prevalence of people's mind.
So you asked me, what was it that I like? Okay, and that I have a really simple answer for that. And let me tell you, because it'll affect you for the rest of your life. Imagine this. If you are in a committed relationship, we're having sex with one person, and they're committed to you, okay? And then you are using contraception. birth control pills. Okay, though that by that I mean really oral contraceptions or injectables or things like that. Then you get to enjoy what I would call the real natural juices that emulate from your penis and her vagina. Okay, what I call the real pussy. But you only get to have the real pussy and be safe in a committed relationship. So that's another reason to be committed. Because once you're in a committed relationship with the same person, you could do a whole lot of nasty shit. Okay?
Hallelujah.
You could do a whole lot. Because now you got one person and it ain't the same risk. But if you're going to run around spreading that to everybody in the neighborhood, well, it don't work that way. So this is a reason, and I had to say it that way, but just imagine what it comes back to. See what I'm saying? Yeah. It still comes back to if you're in a committed relationship with someone you love and you tackle the contraception issue, then you get to go on and have some real good times. Yeah. Real good times. And I came from the time when you had that. We had condomless sex. Okay, sex without a condom. And let me tell you, ain't nothing like that. The way that juice feels, you want to rub it on your face.
Now, based on the numbers you gave the fellas at the bar, what kind of numbers would you give someone today about them being promiscuous in this?
I would look it up because what we were seeing back in the day, I remember I used to quote that 25 to 30% of the sexually active 15-year-olds were having sex with 3 or more people. Okay.
At 15, they were
And
getting it like
if you
that.
were sexually active, 25 to 30% of the 15-year-olds who were sexually active were having sex with 3 or more people. So when you want to talk about the prevalence, just search it. Prevalence of STDs. Prevalence, look, it jumps up. Prevalence of STDs in the U.S. Okay? Almost half of them among 15 to 24. See, that's why people our age, we don't worry about STDs as much. We should, but it's not the same. It's like people our age don't even use condoms because they so old. What difference? Ain't nobody getting pregnant. What? Okay, so what percent? 20% of the U.S. population. 1 in 5 people in the U.S. have an STD on any given day. That's just of the U.S. population. 20% have an STD. Now, if you were to go to look specifically at 15 to 24-year-olds, that number goes up because the number is lower because we including the old people. We ain't having no sex any damn way. It's hard to get a VD from your hand. Yeah, this is not working. Well, so what are the top 3 STDs? Okay, HPV, which they didn't even know about years ago, chlamydia, gonorrhea.
What is HPV?
Human papillomavirus is a virus. We knew about it, but they didn't know the role. It turns out that it's associated with cancers down the line. So when you get those little hair bumps, look like little hair bumps in your genitals, which is very common. People think it's a hair pump. That's HPV for a lot of you. And that has some risk, as we're finding, with long-term infection. And some people are carrying it all the time.
Damn.
And by the way, as an ER person, I want you to understand that typically when you contract a virulent disease, you can get 2 or 3 at that time. You don't necessarily get 1. You know, you see, you get like they probably have HPV and chlamydia.
All this should be in the fine print on a dating app.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Once you get off this app, you're subject.
You know
Well,
what?
they should be teaching
luck.
you this.
Good
And
luck,
again,
Good luck.
okay, this is why honest talk about sex is the best thing that we can do for our young people.
Absolutely.
Honest talk about sex with discussions about using words like responsibility, caring, intimacy. Okay, where we actually talk about the purpose of sex. And when I say the purpose, if you're going to only talk to your children about reproduction, then they're going to know that you're missing the part. We've got to be able to talk about why sex is enjoyed. Okay? We got to. Now, maybe you don't need to hit them with that at 12, but certainly there's an age in which the concept of orgasm or the lack thereof needs to be discussed in order to develop a healthy attitude. For one, men need to know that women have orgasms and should be taught to work toward that. And women should be aware that they should have orgasms, or they should at least be able to start to deal with their evolving sexuality in order to improve their chances for a successful sexual outcome. You know, people end up with poor sexual outcomes, okay? You know, they end up being affected for the rest of their life.
And I guess when you really look at it, if you look at it that way, it's, I guess it's a sort of a sexual freedom that this generation has that we didn't have, because a lot of sexual encounters were discouraged or taboo when we were growing up.
And then the freedom is sometimes, to me, overstated in that it's the freedom to now be involved in things that are hurtful, stressful, problematic for you, hard on your self-image. I mean, in other words, sex without any kind of counsel has the potential to be emotionally difficult. Okay, with no kind of counsel. That's all I'm saying. And if your goal is to provide a better situation for our young people, remember now, that's what trips you guys. I sound like a pediatrician. Yeah, I am. So if the goal is to do better for our young people, this is where we do better for them. This is where we do better. Anyway, so I want to that's been this segment. It's been enjoyable. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. And that was definitely other shit. Now you're really confused. We're going to be back in just a second with that ethos. But until then, we like to give you a little musical interlude, as we so often do. Except sometimes it doesn't work. So then we don't know. We don't know why. We go, why are you not working? So let's see. Okay.
Now connected to Mario's iPad. 4.
We'll be right back with Ethos. Nothing's working today.
Feet up, shoes off, kicking on back.
Oh,
Late night
striking
staying
back.
up, writing these raps. Engulfed in the summertime, soaking up the sun. Now I'm jet black, yeah, I think I got enough. On to tops, flip flops, lightning so soft, small braids, Kool-Aid, melon in the shade. Cute boys, first jobs, divas being snobs. Telephone, internet, computer, got my lap. Barbecues, pool parties, overnight stays. Little drinking, little kissing, playing these games. Boys trying to bag him, then the next day brag him, but you didn't want to kiss him cause he had that dragon. Laughing till you pee, hoping homies don't see. Cut a little grass for some gas money. Chilling at the malls, getting sticky with the paws. You did it for the rush like a rebel with no cause. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, so you looking for applause. See, we were kids, the laws didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, so you looking for applause. See, we were kids, the laws didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to had no flaws.
This is what it feels like to be loved. This is what it feels like to be loved.
And yo, posted at the hoop court 3 straight hours. White mini skirt with the airbrush flowers. We went to cheer the lads and they appreciated that. And you would almost die when he let you wear his cap. You might have told a lie and abbreviated facts if you came home late and were accused of being baked. Me, I didn't smoke, no, mama, I swear. She's only gonna judge me and you know it ain't fair. Trips to the beauty shop, keeping fresh hair. Blowing $80 at the damn state fair. Beach body surfing with the abs looking perfect. Hitting all the clubs, getting love on the circuit. From ice cream cones to the Starbucks stones to your new best friend to your breakup song. They all play out like your favorite days. We love the summertime and it ain't gonna change. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, so you looking for applause. See, we were kids, the laws didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, so you looking for applause. See, we were kids, the laws didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to had no flaws.
This is what it feels like to be loved. This is what it feels like to be loved. This is what it feels like to be loved.
Thank you.
This is what it feels like to be
Oh. Well, I can tell you, that song, we just love it. Oh.
You know what?
Is that the new
Yeah,
ethos?
look, that sounded like a good intro for me.
I know. Is that the new ethos intro?
No.
I love
I'm
it,
still
man.
trying to make this
See, I don't mind.
nothing,
Wait a minute. You know, I like
not
stuff like
following commands.
but I like that.
So nothing works.
I like that. See, I kind of like that abstract sound stuff. You know what?
That was kind of.
Yeah, man, it was kind of, you know.
just came from nowhere.
Yeah, it just came out
I
of
thought
nowhere.
you were about to say ethos.
He can still say it. Okay, see, Bar's over there going like this. My shit ain't working right. You know he's looking at it. What? See?
Tell
All
me,
right.
man.
All right.
Ladies
There
and
you
gentlemen,
go.
Victor Allen's Ethos.
I'm going to rush through this real fast because I got to go use the restroom. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's true. Real talk. Look, I got 2 subjects because what I realized, it's not about how much you display, it's about how much you talk. And I'm now realizing that your segments now are getting longer and longer, but you guys have one good ass subject. Really, it's good. It carries. You know, mine only lasts 7 minutes and it ain't biting. So I have a subject that I think is going to be interesting from the perspective of how do you really feel about it and how much are you invested in it. And I teased you guys about it and I said, hey, this is the week of the Juneteenth celebration.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for the day, we celebrate here. Labor Day is coming. Christmas is coming. You know, we have all these holidays we pre-look to. We don't pre-look to Juneteenth, right? Yeah, I mean, we may, but you just don't see it canvassed anywhere. And I'm not sure if I've seen it celebrated commercially as get ready for this wonderful day. And because of that, I'm literally having to ask the question, in order for Juneteenth to have the prevalence of being able to be just part of our ethos, does it have to go to a commercial vein? Because once we go commercial, then we start looking back and say, you know, this is just commercial, but it's ingrained. And we have holidays that are ingrained with commercialism. So my question, I have a 2-part question from you guys, just your input. For it to have the prevalence, does it have to go commercial? Or can it just stay right in the pocket of what they call conscious spiritual connection? Anybody can answer.
I think it could have until they made it, until the government got involved. I think the government takes the sacredness from it. And so you have corporations that are going to, just like the 4th of July. You go into Walmart, you can buy 4th of July napkins. You can buy 4th of July party decorations. Now, if it was a black-owned company that had that contract with Walmart to make the merchandise that they were selling related to Juneteenth, I think that would have been okay. But it's going to come. It's going to happen. They're going to commercialize it.
Okay.
Well,
Has
I think
Go
that's
ahead,
the natural sequence of events for everything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, things that we wish would retain their value in our culture, for most cultures, change with the youth. They don't feel it the same. It's not part of their struggle. And this goes for everyone. Black folks who dealt with civil rights, Jews who dealt with Nazi oppression. No matter where you come from, your children don't have the same sense of struggle. Imagine the immigrants who come here and make it, and then have their children come to be so Americanized. In turn, so unfortunately, the commercialization of these kinds of things, indeed the commercialization of blackness in and of itself, is kind of inevitable. It's kind of inevitable. It's like BET was bought a long time ago, right?
By Viacom.
Viacom. So, again,
And it's funny you mentioned that because I was just looking at some of the programming on BET Plus, and that's just questionable. But again, it's black entertainment, and maybe that's what people want to see. But
and some people, to them, they just want it to be somebody black ripping us off.
right.
See, so I'm like, whatever. I guess then theoretically it goes to some other black people who may not be as guilty, even though I tend not to be a supporter of black people who are taking advantage of us, Right. So,
Okay. Now, excuse me. So, when celebrations come along, we do direct our energy. So here's the thing. I'm going to give you guys a choice because, for example, there's opportunist and opportunity. Hollywood Bowl is having a concert, and I want to let you guys know of all the people taking advantage of it.
I'm going to
That's exactly.
I'm going to that concert.
that's what I said. See, now Mario didn't
Robert
say.
Glasper.
Right. Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Wind and
Michelle
Fire.
Williams,
It's gonna be an
The
interesting
Roots,
show.
Jeannie Aiko, Debbie Allen Dance Academy. But what Mario did, see, what made me bring this subject up is because of what Mario was talking about. He said, I'm going to this concert, such and such and such and such. And I had to go look back and say, oh, that's on Juneteenth. So there's opportunity, the opportunist. But I would sit back and say, one day I'm going to have Mario have a concert going on. I'm saying, Mario, you're going to come down to the Crenshaw Parade, and you're going to come down there with us and choose that over the concert because you are very consciously aware. You're going to march with us, right?
No marching. I'll ride an e-bike.
So what am I
I'll
saying?
just scoot alongside you.
See, I believe there is when the businesses start saying, let's host this stuff, let's put it on this day. Because, this is the first time I'm out of the loop. I'm not going to say Hollywood Bowl is the defining thing. But many other venues, artists are going to take advantage of it. The gathering, right? So it falls on a weekend. So
And I noticed that almost every municipality in LA County is hosting
Yes.
some type of Juneteenth event.
That's
which
right.
Well, let's see if, as a consequence of all of this, that people actually know what Juneteenth is.
I knew it. I knew where he's going.
Because I guess that's how much. Because so far, I think you'll hear a bunch of people talking about Juneteenth, and then
Right.
when you ask them, what is Juneteenth about?
Right.
Then they're going to give you the old funny look.
Yeah. Because I used to do it.
It's a day off from work.
That's right. I used to sit back and say,
So
of
are they
course.
celebrating it the following Monday?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Yes. Yeah.
I know
Now
that
remember,
in
that's not
Kaiser-
everywhere.
Let
now.
me put it like this. In Kaiser, I think the way it is for some people, not the doctors, but for the nurses, they get to choose which holidays in the year they celebrate. So you could choose Juneteenth or you could choose Easter. So
What do you want? You want Easter?
You could choose. You get to like
what
you
a
get
choice, huh?
Christmas, Easter, the 4th.
So-
You get to choose, but you get 3
Yeah.
or something. You get to choose, but you don't get to have every single one.
Yes. Your favorite.
So Juneteenth has now gone from The day white folks forgot to tell the slaves in Texas they were free, to everybody gets a day off with pay.
And both right, because they didn't forget it. You ain't getting a day off. So both of those were misleading.
You know what I'm saying? See, now you see. Now I
Right,
see.
they did forget.
Right.
Didn't forget.
Right. Now, see,
And you ain't getting a day off.
right.
Because they're going to say, this is another one of them ethnic things.
Right.
Don't y'all get, aren't you already getting Martin Luther King?
Right.
Where you going? And then I hope they not, well, they 6 months, how far apart? It's too close for us. You
Right.
got
Now,
Martin Luther
see,
King, now you got Juneteenth.
what else do you want,
And
right?
you're going to have Nappy Head Day.
See, oh,
We stopped them from selling the Juneteenth ice cream and napkins and the watermelon salads.
Right.
But we still, there's no one of
And we
us.
wait for
Not-
some brother to sell the
Not one
ice
of us
cream.
is on the Cotton Commission.
you know,
They
Rob.
waiting for somebody black to sell it.
And see, I'm caught up, and I'm really caught with priorities because I have to go tell people why this day is special. Should I tell them it's my birthday, or should I tell them it's Juneteenth? Which one should they be focused on?
I would go with your birthday.
I tried that.
There's no way to go but up.
I tried that.
It'll be at
Yeah, I
bed.
would go with your birthday.
Right. All right. So there we go. All right. Let me go. I do it. I'm transitioning out of that one because I'm pissed off that Mario's going to that Hollywood Bowl and all that lineup got me, man. It got me.
Wait a minute. Why would you be pissed off about anything with this thing that you're doing with this ethnic ethos?
My ethos. Wait a minute. Now let me say this.
You should be the happiest man. What park is that in? You should be the happiest guy in the park.
Wait a minute. Let me say this. Let me
Who
say
is
this.
that?
See, that's VR.
VR.
That's VR.
Lord
Just
have
simple.
mercy.
Now, let me just say this. This gets back to the question I had earlier. It's more about you guys' opinion, but you covered it in a certain way. Do you have an experience of how far you went because you wanted it that bad? How far? Did she have you energize yourself to a place you've never gone before? Have you ever had that
Me.
experience?
Have you ever gotten up out of bed and driven across town at 3 o'clock in the morning in the rain?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Or
Do we have those?
Yes, I've done that.
Mamari, you seem kind of quiet.
Stopped and bought some chicken.
because I'm just thinking if I could wake up in the morning and go to the park, take some pictures of a beautiful sister like that.
Right.
What I couldn't see any foreseeable problems the rest of the day.
There could
Very
be
good.
termites in that wood.
No, stop. Stop. Wait a
I
minute.
bet they're happy about what they're eating.
Wait a minute. Amari,
Termites.
I'm sorry.
you, especially you and Mario, brothers of Howard, you represent the energy, the intellect, the brotherhood. The women were going nuts over you, and you don't have a story. You don't have a story that you, dude. I went this one time. I can't believe I did this. You don't have one of those, but
Yeah, I have a few of those, but nothing more compelling than what I'm looking at on the screen right now.
oh, you're not going to reveal. I get it. It's okay. Mario's done a lot of revealing. He probably have to remember some of his revealing. He's done a great job.
The craziest stuff you did for a woman? Is that what we're
Yeah,
really
yeah.
asking?
Just one
Oh, the
experience.
craziest thing?
Just one thing where you went how far you went.
Okay, I drove all the way to the far end of the San Fernando Valley, jumped the fence into the apartment complex, and fully in my clothes and everything, and went to the girl's door and was beating on the door.
Oh man, that's good. Damn, Mario. Wow.
That was later on it was my ex, but not that night.
You were just trying to get in. That
Right.
night.
Just get it.
I wanted to continue the argument in person.
Right.
See, it started with an argument, and the argument was enough to make me get in my car,
Right.
drive from here to the valley.
Right.
Now, are these the craziest things that
Just
you've
one.
done or regret or what?
No, the most extreme experience you had. Said I wanted her so bad I did this.
Oh, I drove up to Sacramento one night.
From where?
Yeah, I
From
do
here.
it.
Wow.
Exactly.
From a dating app, too. On a
Man.
dating app situation.
Okay.
She dared me. She said, I bet you want to come up to Sacramento. I said, well, if I drive up there, are you going to make this worth my trip? And she said,
Yeah, something.
4.5 hours later,
Right.
I was
Okay.
in Sacramento.
Okay.
How'd it go?
It went well.
See, there you go.
My
went very
extreme
well.
is unfortunate. It's pre-social media. You know, it's that.
Wait, pre-social media?
Yeah, man, pre-social media, bro.
So that was like, what, 15 years ago?
Oh, I wish a little bit longer, but this one is imprinted on me for the rest of my life because it's not as much that I wanted it badly; it's just how much she wanted it badly because she had a controlling father, and it was kind of father that sat back and cussed me out one day when I drove and left a note to say, "Here, tell her this is where the location of the event is." And then he proceeded to back me up and tell me, "Don't you ever bring your motherfucking ass over here again or I'll kill you." Now, with that being said, she said about a month or two later, "Come over to my house to have a sandwich." I said, "Yes." "You sure?" "Yes." "You sure?" Because it's middle of the day, week. Oh, he's at work. Sandwich.
Who was the one asking you, are you sure?
No, I'm asking her,
Okay.
is she sure? And she's saying, "I'm sure he never comes home."
That's to go. See, this makes me mad.
Because, they learn that shit at an early age, and they keep fucking us up like
Y'all,
that.
you
throughout
heard
life.
the-
I'm just saying it makes
Making
me
you do
mad
shit
too.
that you don't want to
I
do.
would say, now
No,
wait
But
now.
you know you shouldn't
Yeah,
be
I
doing
had
it.
a father. I
The
had a
father
father.
already told you he was going to fuck you up.
How old? She probably was grown. How old was she at the time?
No.
20 something.
This is junior college.
So 20-something-year-old.
Post junior college. Now,
Yeah.
now watch. So
You just
I
reminded
proceeded to
me.
get the sandwich, and it was only going to be about a 20, 30-minute pit stop. But you always think those pit stops, you only don't need 20, 30
It
minutes.
takes that long to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
You know what?
20, 30 minutes.
I know. I don't know where you came.
I
What
know
kind of peanut
what
butter
you
you
was
get?
doing.
Well, I have no idea.
I know I don't want to eat that sandwich. I tell you
Right.
that.
So
With the girl.
So this is what happened. All of a sudden, I'm getting ready to eat, and you know how you think you saw an alien, and she runs in and says, "Oh my God, my father's in the driveway." I want to get out because I know what it's like. Can't go out the front door. He may come through the front. Not sure going to the back door. She rushes to the back door, says, "I don't see him." Rush to the front door, rushes back in. And I said, "Let me just run out." She says, "No." And she pushed me into his closet. Now, I'm standing on his shoes in his closet. He proceeds to come in. She said, "What are you doing here?" She said, "I decided to take a shower. I mean, it's really bad at work." Okay. He proceeded to walk in. I'm hiding behind the door, holding the doorknob, standing on his shoes. And he grabs the doorknob. And she says, "No, go ahead. Let me help you with your shower." Pulls him and pushes him into the bathroom. "Go ahead. I'll run the water. Do it," just to keep him blocked. Start the water.
That certainly is not suspicious.
That would have been a red flag for me.
That,
Wait,
that,
wait,
that
wait, wait.
worked, huh?
Wait. See, I want you to understand. I've been affected.
Yeah, you
It's-
yeah.
it's
You've
so
been blessed.
right.
Get out of that situation.
If that worked,
Right.
I don't know what.
Man.
That-
Wait a minute. I want to get it out. This is therapeutic. So she runs back in, opens the door, grabs my arm, and says, "Run through the back door." I ran through the back door. Of course, I parked outside, but I forgot I was parked, and I kept running, and then came back to get back in the car, and I got away freely. That's my extreme situation. It's true, and I survived it. I survived. So, with that being said,
I watched the movie this week.
I wouldn't make it a habit.
What you do for love.
yeah, bro, what you want
That
to do?
wasn't for love.
There you go, Mario.
It was for a sandwich. It's the
It
same
was for
thing.
sex.
A sandwich, sex,
What
and
you want?
love.
A sexy sandwich.
That's right.
Right. Now,
What I'm
this is
saying.
leading me to an example where I think I may be going in the same direction, and it deals with a recent video that we're going to take a look at, and it's going to give you an imprint of how I handle motivation and desire.
Is she
Mark.
gonna make you a sandwich?
You've all had that one. You know what I'm talking about, that one beautiful inside and out, different outside the box. You can massage this just right, and it's not quite working. She's different. You start getting delusional.
More fun.
Start ending up in places that you're not.
Hey, Mario, how come your front door look like a shower? Mario, that climate change thing is for real, man. It's raining in my shower. Right now, man. You hear that?
Start thinking you're a people that you're not. Effective immediately putting into law that all women are banned from hugging trees. Next question. This is a deterrent. This is gorilla adhesive. Any woman caught hugging a tree will be stuck to the tree. That's all for today. Thank you.
Like I said, I'm heading that direction, Glenn.
Yeah. You thought you were confused before.
See, basically, it's just one of those things where all of a sudden it went from tree hugging, and now I don't even know myself anymore.
But you tricked everybody with the picture leading up to the video. Made it seem like she was going to be the star. You were actually the star, and she only had a cameo.
Her cameo is not a
Was she
cameo.
actually stuck to the tree with the glue? What? Come on, Vic.
I just work here.
She was just 1 second on the whole video, and she stuck to the tree.
I love black people.
I'm sorry. I can't do this. I can't do it.
These are my people. And Amari's the proud son of Compton. Compton is well represented in the room.
Oh, no, don't bring up
Okay.
Compton. Compton had a tragedy this
Oh,
morning.
God. Oh, yeah. Hey, we're pausing for the cause. That's my ethos.
I love it.
Victor Allen's Ethos is the most. Hey, thank you for tuning in for Morning Coffee with Mario. That's an hour and 15 minutes that you'll never get back. We want to thank you for being part of it. And as we say so often, ain't nobody got our DNA. Thank you, PMC. Thank you, Cassie. Beth. Oh, what can I say? All of y'all. Give it up. Live and all the way live. As we once said, Sarate.
First off, I'm not your regular dude. I must move like a young MC. Yeah, sorta, that would be me. Got me thinking about putting down the mic one day. Then I get some more love. Thanks for the love I gotta play. Hey, what can I say? I'm a Leo to the finish, man. I love God, so my faith won't diminish, man. Once I step up to the mic, I speak truth. Hip-hop wasn't designed to exploit the black youth, but somewhere along the lines, we dropped the ball, yeah. I mean, that man in the mirror, yeah, that ball dude. But now I'm back to right the wrongs of my past world. So let me mark this off my list like my name's Earl. Articulate my thoughts clearly like Professor Les. Do you remember Rap City with Deja and Les? I'm looking at the front door, that's the main source. You're full yet, wait till I hit you with the main course. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. Tribe or shit alone. You like my raps, but really I write songs. I like to do it like this once in a while to show some versatility and make you all smile. It's been a long time coming, I know, I feel it too. The more I take a break, it's like the more I break through. With my time, the space boy funk, I'm on point. You bless this microphone every time I anoint the pen and the pad. I face the bad head on. Escape inside the music, see my diary's a song and song. Till I write my next verse, then I go again. Into the studio, I feel I gotta flow again. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. They say they get me, I don't think they ever got me. My name's Kowalski, but they call me Kawasaki. Online I'm funds, but in real life I'm more like Chachi or Cola. I told you, I'm funky like granola. Bars, can't you see that I'm a star? Who pumps his own gas in the cold really fast? I pass on your gold digging stash. I'd rather make my own money, not advance me loan money. No, I was spitting when you was a kid. You doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid. You doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. So there you have it. Nobody's got my DNA. Nobody's got my DNA. Nobody's got my DNA.
Alexa, begin playlist broadcast transition.
Your playlist, Broadcast Transition, on Amazon Music.
See ya. Yeah. See ya. See ya.
So next time